Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 90 of the In From Japan podcast, the podcast where we talk about the latest news on Japan-developed games and other things in relation to them, available on YouTube and in most places podcasts can be found. As always, I'm your host, Erroll Moss, with my co-host, the phenomenon from Suriname, Jason Corder.
Hey, hey.
And we don't have any housekeeping. We're gonna get right into the Japanese games we've been playing. Apparently, I'm over halfway through Shadowbringers already.
Whoa.
According to my friends. Because I was like...
Did you...
I was like...
No, go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I was like, yeah, the... I have to turn my fan down. I was like, yeah, I'm like at this part now, and they're like, you're already about over halfway done. And I'm like, really? The story doesn't seem like it's really... But now, like, after a couple of quests, now the story is kind of kicking up a bit.
Ah.
Not that it wasn't before. Like, there was other stuff that happened before, but not certain... Like, I knew about a few things because of social media and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Villains and characters and such. But I didn't know about how, like, some stuff before that.
Okay. So you had a general idea, but not a clear understanding of where the story would land.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And I was stuck on this dungeon for a while that I kept getting kicked out of because I didn't know what to do. And so I just did it with my friends. They're like, oh, you have to click the plants when they entrap you. You have to attack them specifically. And I'm on controller, so that can be a little bit tricky sometimes.
Yeah. See, that's the thing that bothers me about running dungeons or multiplayer content, because the mechanics are never really explained, but people run the dungeons as if you should have known from the very start.
As a tank, it's recommended that you look over what's in the dungeon before doing it.
But, that's not fun if you want to do a fresh playthrough. Like, for example, if
then don't be a tank.
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you.
It's kind of like saying before you have fun, you have to do your homework.
Yeah, that's what a lot of Final Fantasy 14 seems like, and I do have an issue with that.
Yeah,
a lot of the time, but I don't mind looking through a dungeon because the dungeon itself, it doesn't feel like a story spoiler to me. It's just like, oh, you're going to be fighting this, and this.
No,
and it's like, okay.
It's not in terms of being spoiled, but more in terms of how the progression is supposed to be communicated. Because let's say you don't have access to guides or talking to someone who's knowledgeable for whatever reason. If you would do a fresh playthrough with friends for the first time, and you'd just be there running around, hitting stuff mindlessly, and still wiping without knowing.
It would be smart if they had with dungeons with specific mechanics. If they actually had a tip thing, to tell you like, hey, you're supposed to do this. Because I'm sure they don't want you just guessing.
I know, but it's kind of hard to read sometimes in Final Fantasy. In something like Destiny, I get it. Because the mechanics are usually pretty clear, and you can then communicate and strategize on what to do, but that also takes hours upon hours to get right the first time.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then besides that, I got Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. But I have this story. So I was gonna get the physical, and then it turns out it was gonna be late, and so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna cancel this and get the digital version. I'm running out of room on my shelf anyway. So I do that, but then I say, oh, that's weird. I see the game, but I don't see any of the DLC. And then right as I click buy, I realized I bought Banana Blitz.
Huh.
So then I went to get Banana Mania, got that, went to the Microsoft thing, and got a refund for Banana Blitz, and they were really fast about that.
Wait, so you didn't want both?
No.
Oh wow.
I just wanted Banana Mania.
Okay.
And Suezo doesn't come out until October 19th.
Huh.
But yeah, it's not an easy game, but it is fun.
Hmm.
There's like And if you're having trouble with a level, they have a slowdown mode. And you can, if you really want to, you can just skip the level, but you get no points and no like time clear on it. But like if you want to just get to the next level, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a very arcade heavy game.
Yeah.
It goes back to Sega's roots of the arcade halls and all
Yeah.
that.
Some levels are much harder than others. I was stuck on this one with like this moving gear I had to skip it because there's like this moving gear and there's only one spot between the pegs where you can get into the goal. But it goes fast enough that unless you're like really good and can pinpoint like the perfect timing of it, even with slowdown, you might not make it.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I'm on this one now where it's or I think I'm on this one now where there are two goals on a sliding. At least I think I'm still on it. On like these two goals are going up and down, like this double ramp thing. Like no, what do you call it? Like a half pipe. Like as if they're like skateboarders or something.
Yeah.
And again, you have to get timing right. And like that's all the level is, and it's been pretty hard because you have to like you have to kind of get the same momentum that they do to get your speed up to get through one of them.
Are there any difficulty adjustments? Like, can you drop it to, let's say,
besides
casual mode?
No, I don't. I'd have to check because besides the slowdown time and the level skip, I haven't seen anything, but I'll have to check that. I am still enjoying it, and then I like how you get points and you can unlock the new characters. I already unlocked Kiryu and Sonic and Beat from Jet Set Radio, so
okay.
I just need Tails.
But at least you're having fun with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I like how they have the new music and the original music.
Believe it or not, I've never played a Monkey Ball game. Maybe the GBA
fun
ones.
time.
Maybe. But
there was a GBA one?
If I'm not mistaken, let me look this up before I look like a fool on the whole internet.
Did it have like the gyro thing, like
No,
like Kirby Pinball?
Like just with the D-pad and whatnot.
I guess you wouldn't need it necessarily. Yeah, that does not sound very fun.
Okay. Yes, there's Super Monkey Ball Jr. on the Game Boy Advance. I think I played that one. Yeah. It was doable.
Yeah. But
Not great, but doable.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. I don't have much else to say about it. I want to try the mini games at some point. The one thing I will say is it seems like you can only use the guest characters in story mode or challenge mode and not in the mini games. So that's not fun. You can't see Sonic playing against Kiryu.
You kind of wanted to have it be Smash Brothers?
I just want the option to have guest characters in every mode. But speaking of guest characters, I used some of that credit today to get Soul Calibur 2, one of my favorite fighting games ever.
Oh, wow.
Soul Calibur 2 HD Online. That's probably like the third time I've bought it, too. No, fourth, actually.
That is some love for that game.
Well, okay, so PS2... oh my god, I was such a brat. PS2... I got it at like a Costco. I threw it in the cart, thinking my parents wouldn't notice. And they just like looked and they were like, "Fine." And then I sold that at some point, and then I still had a Wii later on in like college, and so I decided to get the GameCube version, which, as some people argue, is the best version. Because it has Link. I've liked it the best so far besides HD Online, because, HD Online has Spawn and Heihachi, but of course it does not have Link. So I got it for GameCube, and then that like I kept that at my friend's house when I was in college, my friend's apartment for like safekeeping, and I think they might have accidentally gotten rid of it.
Oh no.
That and like Spawn Armageddon for GameCube, because I remember one time I was like back at their place and I was like, "Where did you guys put those?" We don't know. I don't know.
Oh no.
And so the third time it was on PS3 when AC Online first came out.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, PS5, PS4, they don't have the backwards compatibility like Xbox does. So I had to get the Xbox 360 version.
Oh.
'Cause I don't have a PS3 anymore.
Oh man. Heartbreaking.
So hopefully I don't have to do that again.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So, have you kept up with the series at all? Like Soul Calibur?
I was not into Soul Calibur 6.
Huh. Any reason
I thought
why?
I would be, but I just wanted more out of it. I feel like they were still doing stuff they had been doing in Soul Calibur 2 with the whole like story stuff and just not really any cutscenes, and like you could have like I feel like they could have done more with it. I really like Soul Calibur 4 from what I've played of it. Soul Calibur 5, we don't talk about that. I had Soul Calibur 3 and that was fine. I liked the fact that was the first one where you could create your own character. But is Soul Calibur 6 still on Game Pass? I might give it another chance.
Yeah, I think it's still on Game Pass. Otherwise, it's pretty cheap when it's on sale, like $6 or $8. So
right,
pretty doable.
And the last game I've been playing is an indie game called Coromon, which is a monster taming game that's based on like the Game Boy Advance Pokemon. A very similar graphical style. I have a couple things here. It's an insider preview. That's like it's 2 hours long. It's a pre-selected team, and it's further into the game. It's a desert area. The battles, like when you attack, it costs mana. I guess that's not that much different from power points when you think about it in Pokemon. It's just not by attack. I still need to play a little more of it, do a few more battles, because right now it's more exploration focused. So I'm trying to do actually there's the section I'm in, I'm trying to do like a stealth thing and make sure these guards don't notice me. Which I'm like, I never thought about something like that. I'm like, I'm sure maybe there's a Pokemon game I'm forgetting where I had to do something like that. But it was just like, it feels like the whole, when you're avoiding, I don't know if you've ever done this, but your health is, when your health is low and you need to go get to a Pokemon Center, but there are like a couple of trainers in your way and they're like moving around and you're like, okay, I gotta go at the right time.
Yeah.
And now, yeah. But it's like that, but there's a bunch of people, and they don't battle you; it just resets. But
so it's
it
kind
just
of
felt
adding
funny to have that
more interactivity to the world of a monster tamer.
And I know it's adding a bit more of a detailed story too. I can't remember what the deal was, but you're like there's like this archaeologist person that you're trying to like do stuff with, and they're like, okay, go in here and make sure you grab that thing, but don't let them catch you for like I don't know what they need it for.
Okay.
I like how, and then leveling up, I noticed leveling up these creatures, they have it so each time they level up, they have a certain amount of stats, and then or they gain a certain amount of stat points, and then you just select where to put them. So kind of like a non-mon taming JRPG, because usually with like Pokemon, it's a set thing, depending on what kind of Pokemon it is and what you fought, and
it's kind of giving you more the option to min-max your whole party,
right?
More so than Pokemon ever could. Is that better for you, or is that kind of too much?
It doesn't. I have to do it more because I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I think it's a good feature, and it makes it a little. It makes it a lot easier because of like, you don't have to it makes it feel like you don't have to encounter certain types of creatures to get certain stats up higher. Because you're choosing which stats go up higher.
Yeah.
You know, the old way you had to EV train where like you had to have your thing knock out this many Zubat for its whatever stat or something. And then the nice thing is there's a big variety of settings, so you can have like tips and tricks, and there's like color blindness puzzle changing. You can reduce the flash intensity. There's a difficulty setting, and like different things. Nice. So they have like you can do easy wild encounters, easy trainer encounters, easy trainer battles, where you select the squad member beforehand. There's like there are different modes. So like the mode I'm in is more like a Pokemon game where they heal after they level up. Oh, I guess that doesn't actually happen in Pokemon. But yeah, it's like almost a slightly easier Pokemon, and then
no, it doesn't.
normal is a little more like basic Pokemon, but there's a few caveats with like difficulty stuff.
So it's kind of adding a bit more accessibility.
There's hard and like extreme, and one is like a lot like a Nuzlocke, where like you're literally only allowed to catch one thing per area, and if they get knocked out, you can't use them anymore. That kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Huh. Interesting.
So it's a lot of things that people want Pokemon to do. I will report back when I have played more. But the other thing is that stealth section is hard, and I haven't gotten through it yet. And the last time I tried playing through it, it crashed.
Well, it is a preview build.
Yeah. So I might, because there are two previews. There's the 8-hour, there's like an 8-hour demo that's like a longer thing, and then this 2-hour demo. So if I can figure out how to switch back, because the 8-hour demo save transfers. So maybe I might switch back, and then once I get a better understanding of how everything is, then I'll go back to it. There's also a thing where I think you get different abilities like HMs, but there's like a little button for it next to your like running shoes. So you just when you're on controller, you just press a button to do it rather than selecting a thing and or having to So that's just a nice, convenient thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll see what else. I like it so far. I just need to figure out some stuff with it.
Okay. Well, report back soon then.
Yeah. So it seems like you've been playing plenty of JRPGs.
Ish. I'll start with the least I played, which would be Tales of Arise, because I'm done with everything basically. I only have to. There's one. I'm sure it's gonna lead to another subquest, but there's one quest that has you battling through all the bosses, but at level 99. Which is a lot, and I'm at this point level 86 or 87, so I'm not that far off, but I have a ways to go.
That is too much.
Yeah, that's definitely too much. But within 10, 20 levels, you can still manage to beat bosses. So I don't think it should be impossible. It's just gonna be a very, very tough battle. The thing the guide suggests is there is a series of boss fights separate from this one I'm talking about that leads you to some cameo battles, and the last cameo battle is difficult enough and easy enough to do that it will help you get to level 100. So maybe if I have enough time and I'm bored with everything else, I'll give that a whirl, but I'm basically done with the game. I have all the costumes more or less. I still have to find some hoodles. I have all the fish. I still have to get all the weapons and max out the relationships for 3-4 characters. And yeah, it's I'm still enjoying what I have with Tales of Arise. It's still not the best ever, but it's still a pretty fun time, and I still think part 1 of the game is much better than much stronger than part 2. But yeah, that's what I've played, and I've also been dabbling in Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. I've played it on Xbox Series S and PS5. I've completed the demo, the second demo, completely on PS5. So you do the main area from the first demo, and then there's the second area. Alex Donaldson of RPG side, if I'm not mistaken, and VG 24/7 made the observation that the area and the music are heavily inspired by Final Fantasy 13, and playing through it, you definitely see it, or hear it, I should say. So that's interesting. So I'm guessing maybe this game will have more of other Final Fantasy entries in it, kind of have it be a crossover, a nexus point with the whole series, maybe. Besides that, there is another character. There are a couple extra job classes.
Jack Garland.
Yeah, it's not great. Like, you know how people made fun of Clive in Final Fantasy 16?
Right.
Clive is still good.
This is on the other side.
This look. I don't know who Koei Tecmo and Square Enix have been talking to, but someone is giving them bad information because they think they're delivering this Shakespearean drama, but everyone else on the internet is seeing one big meme machine. Because the story.
First we have the chaos, then we have the BS,
and then we have the Limp Bizkit. Like,
yeah, I don't know
who wrote this and why.
But on the bright side, it is getting a lot of people more interested.
But for the wrong reasons, like
yeah, maybe.
Like the producer at Koei Tecmo mentioned that the development team was not happy that it was memed to death the last time.
Speaking of weird music, I guess we'll talk about that a little later.
But like, how are they not seeing what we're seeing? Is there something getting lost in translation? I don't think so. But,
hey, the people like when they put the kids with the rock rap music,
Yeah, in the early 2000s. Jeez. It's like,
I don't know, man. I'm pretty happy about it.
I mean, I'm happy. I burst out in laughing every time I saw it. It's so wild. So
the thing is, I was trying to show it to my friend because we were trying to explain it to him, and I couldn't find the original. It was all replacing the song with other stuff.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. I don't get it, and the tone of the storytelling is so all over the place. Like, Jack will be all grumpy and non-agreeable, and then suddenly shift to giving you a fist bump. Like, what? Did I miss a part of the story?
Grumpy guy.
Like, it's within the same scene, and it feels like a huge chunk is missing, and it is mind-boggling. Anyway, I still have the same problems as I had the last time we talked about Stranger of Paradise. I don't like the art direction. It's so bleh. Like, someone got told once when they were 12 what was cool and never outgrew that. That's what it looks like. It's trying so hard to be edgy and cool and tough, but it's not. It's not. And I also have this problem with the character models where they practically look identical, where the POC character is basically Jack with more height, muscle mass, and a skin filter. And I'm like, ew, that feels wrong. That feels really wrong. And you get that a lot in Japanese games when they want to portray POC characters. It's just a Japanese character with a different skin tone, and it's like,
Right.
did you even try? We look different. But
Or sometimes it goes fully the other way, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah. Okay. Tone it back. Tone it way back. On the other hand, the technical aspect of the game on PS5, it runs mostly flawless. There are some frame hitches. It still looks like a 1080p game played on 4K upscaled. It is not great. It's not as dark as the first demo. But yeah, it's fine on PS5. On Xbox Series S, it's atrocious. It's bad. It's like this is the game they should actively try not to put on Xbox Series S. That's my opinion. Phil Spencer can say that Xbox Series S is supposed to be like an accessible starting point for current gen. I say don't even try with this one. It's gonna ruin the perception so badly. It really looks like you're running the game on potato mode. Like all the graphical sliders on a PC game turned to low. That's what it looks like. The textures are muddy. The resolution is probably floating somewhere between 540 and 720. The frame rate is barely holding on for dear life.
Right, and isn't one of these versions crashing a lot? Like the Xbox version is having a lot of issues.
I'm not having that trouble. What I am having.
You said you're doing it on the other.
Yeah, I'm doing it on Series S. What I have trouble with is in quality mode, the game does not improve in quality.
Or maybe it was the PS5 version that's being weird. I don't know. One of the versions was not working right.
It could be, but I didn't have that trouble. In quality mode, the game does not improve in quality whatsoever. Like a slight boost in texture quality and resolution, but barely noticeable. And it runs like... I just had this pained expression on my face the whole time I played it in quality mode. And performance mode, it's so aggravating. Like, who convinced him it was a good idea to do this, to bring it out like this? It's not good. If I was Square Enix, I'd be worried about this version of the game.
Well, we'll see. We have a news story on that later.
Oh, God.
But we're going to move on to the In From Japan J-List, where we talk about recent video game-related entertainment news. And I didn't realize that New York Comic-Con is this weekend. It started today, so we got a handful of like movie trailers. Yeah, okay. I had no idea.
I just figured it'd be canceled like everything else.
Yeah, I don't know. So the first story does not have to do with anything with that. The Pokemon Company and Universal Studios Japan enter partnership by Kazuma Hashimoto for Silicon Era. Universal Studios Japan and the Pokemon Company have entered an official partnership. It will be a long-term partnership between the two companies, which will see the addition of Pokemon-related attractions to the amusement park. The first collaboration between the Pokemon Company and Universal Studios Japan is expected to appear in 2022. However, details as to what kind of attractions this partnership will bring to Universal Studios Japan will arrive at a later time. A statement from the Pokemon Company reveals that it intends to create new Pokemon-related entertainment at theme parks. Additionally, the announcement of the partnership came during the 25th anniversary of the Pokemon series. This isn't the first time Universal Studios has made plans to collaborate with companies and bring video game-related attractions to its park. Previously, the theme park has had both Resident Evil and Monster Hunter attractions appear for a limited time. More recently, Universal Studios Japan has opened a Super Nintendo World. This theme park features a variety of Mario-themed attractions, including amusement park rides, food, and drinks. There's also plans to open up a Donkey Kong-themed one sometime in 2024. Will it make Pokemon real?
I'm guessing it's just going to be someone dressed up as Pikachu running around.
That's it. Here's our Pokemon area, and there's just one person dressed up as Pikachu literally running in a circle.
Hey man, it could still be enjoyable.
Well, I mean, do you remember that when like they were doing the Pikachu parade a couple of years back?
Yeah. That looked fun. I mean, I'd go.
It did. It did. Next up, Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City trailer came out. This is by Jenny Latta for Silicon Era. The first Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City trailer is here. The clip offers a chance to see how elements of Resident Evil and Resident Evil 2 will come together in the new movie. While many characters from the series are represented in some way, the focus of this video is on Chris and Claire Redfield. Things begin with Claire heading to Raccoon City. She's convinced Umbrella is up to no good. She comes to Chris to talk about it, though he initially seems dismissive. From there, we see hints of the things Umbrella is up to and ominous imagery. From there, the Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City trailer starts showing when things go wrong. That's also when additional characters like Jill Valentine and Leon S. Kennedy and William Birkin begin to appear. It also shows more settings like ones outside Raccoon City. As a reminder, here's a list of who will play the most notable characters. Chris Redfield is played by Robbie Amell. Claire Redfield is played by Kaios Godelario. Jill Valentine is played by Hannah John Common. And Leon S. Kennedy is by Avin Jogia.
Avan Jogia.
Yeah. He was in Victorious. That's all I know. Well, I know who Robbie Amell is, but...
You don't know who Robbie Amell is?
No, I do. I do know who that is.
Okay.
But did you see the music choice in this trailer?
Yeah, it's like top notch. They use zombie. Like...
What? Oh, was this the wrong trailer?
Which trailer did you see? I saw the premiere trailer. Huh. Wait, which song did you hear?
There might be two trailers.
Wait, I'm looking up IGN.
Oh, okay. So there's another trailer that uses What's Going On by Four Non-Blondes. What?
I think the other one uses zombie, if I'm not mistaken.
So the one that uses zombie is the one that's in the Silicon Era article. But the one I saw earlier was the one that uses the He-Man meme song. Like a slow version. And I'm like, this is amazing.
So...
People like the zombie trailer better.
Yeah, I watched it and I tweeted out that this trailer gave me tonal whiplash because I oscillated between oh yes and oh no.
I saw that
so many times, and I keep forgetting that Resident Evil is like super cheesy B-movie stuff,
right?
And not some self-serious horror movie, because it's definitely not that. There are horror elements, but they aren't afraid to, bring the goofiness to their horror stories. And I think at least this isn't as action packed as the Mila Jovovich movies. So maybe it'll be a bit better. Maybe, but we'll see. What did you think?
I mean, I might watch it. It looks better than the Paul W.S. Anderson movies. I'll tell you that much.
I don't know about that just yet.
At least I think it looks better.
I mean, there's no excessive slow-mo or B quality CG. Well. Okay, no. Let's not speak too early on this.
I think the CG is okay. I don't know why people have such a problem with it. I think it looks all right.
It doesn't look believable, and there's kind of this dissonance when you hold it against
the video games where
not the video game CG, but the characters in the movie. When the coloration and the lighting don't match up, it creates a dissonance, and then you just know it's CG. It's not like something unbelievable. It's just a CG thing, and then it loses its appeal, its scare factor in that sense.
Hold on, I'm just switching something for the order of something. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Theaters only, so we'll see how that happens. How that helps.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Next up, Crunchyroll unveils Shenmue anime series first look video and art. This is by Alex Mateo for Anime News Network. Crunchyroll revealed during a New York Comic-Con panel today a first look video for Shenmue the animation. Crunchyroll and Adult Swim's anime series adaptation of Yu Suzuki's Shenmue game series. The company also unveiled new key art. Crunchyroll will stream the 13-episode series worldwide outside of Japan and mainland China, and Adult Swim will air it on its Toonami block in the United States. Chikara Sakurai, One Punch Man Season 2, Majimojo Rurumo, Lost Song, is directing the anime at Telecom Animation Film. Sola Entertainment is credited for production management. Shenmue game series director Yu Suzuki is the executive producer for the project. Telecom Animation did Akira and Attack on Titan. Yeah, that's what the animation did remind me of Attack on Titan from these stills, this art style. It reminded me of Attack on Titan a lot.
Okay. I have not seen the trailer just yet.
I've never played the games, so I don't have anything to compare it to. Speaking of animation changes, Dragon Ball Super superhero anime film's trailer reveals new characters' animation style. This is once again by Alex Mateo for Anime News Network. Toei Animation unveiled at its New York Comic-Con panel a new world premiere trailer for Dragon Ball Super Superhero, the second anime film in the Dragon Ball Super franchise. The trailer features footage from completed portions of the film. The video previews new characters whom the film's staff teased are associated with the Red Ribbon Army. The trailer also previews the new CG animation style. Toei also revealed a new visual, which features two previously announced new characters, Gamma 1, pictured above Firelight, and Gamma 2. Masako Nozawa and Toshio Furukawa, voice actors for Goku and Piccolo, respectively, revealed that they have finished recording for the Japanese language dub's post-production. The film's staff shared designs for the following returning characters: Dende, who has grown a little, Bulma in her Capsule Corp uniform, Korin, who Toriyama redrew for this film. The staff also teased that Whis will be in this film. And also, if you look at the trailer, there's a quick shot of Broly. The film is scheduled to premiere in 2022 in Japan. The release schedule may differ depending on each country and region. Wait, but they didn't say anything about Pan. Pan's also in it, and supposedly Piccolo is training Pan. This is a couple years later.
Huh. Well, I guess we'll find out soon enough.
I'm not a big fan of the animation style change after Broly was so great. But
I mean, CG is... let's see. It's probably, emphasis on probably, more cost effective than drawing.
I'm also thinking a lot of the staff might be helping working on other Toei stuff right now.
It could be that, but it could also be...
Because I know One Piece stepped up the animation for this arc.
No, but...
For the current arc they're in.
It could also be that... Not that they're, like, short-staffed on this movie, because when it's usually a movie, it's more or less the A-team with the best budget and the most time.
Right.
It could be that they're trying a new animation technique so that they can kind of flex their muscle and probably implement it on a wider scale for animation going forward.
At least it doesn't look like the PS1 graphics in certain parts of Resurrection F.
Well, there's that, yeah. Hey, as long as it doesn't look like Berserk, okay? I'll take anything.
Berserk 2016? Yeah, I guess so.
Or, that one Crunchyroll anime. What was it called again?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then last on the J list, new Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger's Ten Gokaiger trailer release. The new project, Ten Gokaiger, features a new... this is by Paladin for Toku Nation. The new project, Ten Gokaiger, features a new event called the Super Sentai Derby Coliseum, which features a competition between all the Super Sentai except one. The Gokaiger team has gone their separate ways until Captain Marvelous appears on Earth once again to issue a Coliseum challenge. All 6 members of the Gokaiger team will return for this special, along with series writer Naruhisa Arakawa. Rounding out the reunion will be the original suit actors for the Gokaiger team. 10 Gokaiger is scheduled for a limited theatrical release on November 11th, with a DVD and Blu-ray release scheduled for March 9th. That's a big gap. Well, I guess if this is in theater, they might just play it in theaters for a while.
Yeah.
And then, next up we have recommended content. Content other than news from the past week listed out. Links in the description and on the pastebin. First we have Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop Makes Me Question How I Spend My Time by our friend Monti Velez over at Gayming Mag. 8 gaming charities to donate to by Shaylin Kott for the gamer. I was thinking about making an article like this, and then I was like, oh, well, they beat me to it.
No.
Because I've been looking up some of those just out of curiosity lately. We have Why Japanese Games Are Increasingly Releasing at the Same Time Across the Globe by George Yang for IGN. Great article. I mean, they all are, but that one I wanted to highlight specifically.
George Yang is killing the game, consistently putting out good stuff.
We have then we have Kingdom Hearts Cloud versions on Nintendo Switch were unavoidable. Here's Why by Lucas White for Prima Games. We have more on that later. Ultraman Trigger Koichi Sakamoto interview by Beats for Tokusatsu Network. And then Why the Music in Dragon Quest XI is So Terrible. Past Mortem by Stop Skeletons from Fighting on YouTube. I may have had this before after in the early days of the podcast. But it is relevant. And you will know why when we start the news rundown right now and let the bearer of bad news and Shinigami take it away with the bad-ish news.
Yeah. Soon. Or now. I could do it now.
Yeah, right now.
Okay, right now. First up, we have Dragon Quest series composer Koichi Sugiyama has died. This is by Andrew Kia for Silicon Era. Square Enix released a statement announcing that Dragon Quest series composer Koichi Sugiyama died due to complications involving septic shock. The composer wrote songs for the Dragon Quest series since its inception in 1986 and was also working on the upcoming Dragon Quest XII. Sugiyama died on September 30th, 2021. A private funeral was held for close friends and family. Sugiyama was born on April 11, 1931 and studied at Tokyo University before working at Fuji Television as a director. Later, he began writing music for video games developed by Enix, one of which became the original Dragon Quest released in Japan in 1986. Sugiyama eventually wrote over 500 musical pieces for the franchise. Most recently, the main theme of the game was used during the opening ceremony of the Tokyo Olympics. Notably, the composer was an active member in Japanese far-right politics, frequently appearing on and hosting nationalist talk shows. Sugiyama also appeared with and supported an anti-LGBT Japanese politician back in 2015. Additionally, Sugiyama publicly stated in the past that he did not believe Japan committed war crimes during World War II. Well, that's some life he has led.
Right. Kat Bailey has a really good piece on IGN about the fact that he has such a legacy, but it's so tainted because of some of the some of the stuff he supported.
He has a very checkered past, to say the least.
Right.
Wait, I saw a subtweet about this, and I think you'll like it. Where is it? No. I'll send it
Don't
to you.
Don't you lie to me?
No, I didn't lie to you.
No, I'm kidding.
Where is it? Okay, it's the subtweet to end all subtweets. That's how someone we know. Because
Kat Bailey's IGN article is a news article, but it collects tweets from some other people.
Okay, I just sent it to you.
Oh, wait, what did he put the music of the? Oh, it's just the GIF. I've seen that GIF before.
Yeah, but it's like that's the subtweet to end all subtweets.
But yeah, a lot like Cat Bailey's article. It collects a lot of tweets. One from my friend Nadia Oxford, where she says, "Sugiyama's compositions, especially on Dragon Quest III, helped define a series that ultimately put me on the path to becoming a writer. He was also viciously anti-LGBTQ+ and a war crime denier. Kids, try to live a life that'll let people mourn your passing without compromise."
Yeah, that's the goal. Word to the wise. Live like that. Not like Sugiyama, but live like we wouldn't
Now
have
he
to.
did.
Mhm.
He did recant. I did read that he recanted his homophobic statements at one point. But whether that was just to save face due to outside pressure or because he actually changed, it's hard to know.
I'm careful with those kind of statements.
Right.
Let's just leave it as is. Moving on,
Right.
we have Twitch source code leaked by anonymous hacker. This is by Ed Nightingale for Eurogamer. The original story is Twitch source code appears to have been leaked by an anonymous hacker, including streamer payout reports. A 126 gigabyte torrent has been uploaded to 4chan, describing the Twitch community as a disgusting, toxic cesspool. The intention for the leak is to foster more disruption and competition in the online video streaming space. You can click on our article for full details. There's also an update. Twitch has finally acknowledged this morning's reports of a security breach and has said it is now investigating further. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were going to say?
Change your password just in case. They reset all the stream keys. Nobody seems to be making too big a deal out of it now. Except for Twitch themselves. They need they're trying to figure out some stuff, but also
enable two-factor authentication. If you can.
I've heard that using the apps is better than SMS, but that using authenticator apps is better than SNS, but it's they can kind of be a hassle too. So I kind of understand why people wouldn't want to use those. I don't know.
Whichever is easier for you.
Yeah, because I don't know the validity of the person. I don't know the validity of the statement that that the one is better than the other. It also might depend on the app specifically, and there might be a lot of other factors. But yeah, just turn on 2FA. Either way.
Yeah. Next up, we have you can no longer add wallet funds on the PS3 and Vita stores this month. This is by Marcus Stewart for Game Informer. If you're a PlayStation user, you may have received an email from Sony notifying you that the company plans to change how you buy PS3 and Vita software. I can confirm I also received that mail. Continuing the story. Beginning October 27th, users will no longer be able to use credit or debit cards or PayPal to purchase digital content or add funds to their wallets directly from the PSN store or on either platform. To buy anything on the PS3 Vita stores going forward, you'll have to access the PS Store from a PS5, PS4, PC, or mobile device. From there, you can add funds using a credit or debit card, gift card, or PayPal. Once you've added money to your wallet, you'll then have to return to the PS3 Vita stores to make your purchase. For more clarification, there are steps per Sony's email in the article. So click on that to give it a read. Unless you got the email, in that case, you can just follow the steps there.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
All right. So in other news, back to Stranger of Paradise, Jason.
Yeah. Okay. Chaos. We're back to chaos. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin launches March 18th, 2022. Trial version 2 now available for PS5 and Xbox Series. This is by Sal Romano for Gamatsu. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin will launch for PS5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC via Epic Game Store on March 18, 2022. Publisher Square Enix and developer Team Ninja announced. A second trial version is available now for PS5 and Xbox Series until October 11th. On my advice, skip Xbox Series S, PS4, Xbox One. That's all I'll say. The second trial version includes the contents from the first trial from June 2021, as well as a new playable area and multiplayer functionality. Digital pre-orders for Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin are available now in $59.99 US standard and $89.99 US digital deluxe editions. The latter includes the season pass with additional missions, trials of the Dragon King, Wanderer of the Rift, and Different Future. A digital art book will also be included and a digital mini soundtrack. There it is. Click on the article if you want a full breakdown and to see a couple of trailers. So, are you getting this game?
I think I might wait for reviews first.
Smart man. Don't be like me. Next up, we have Eiyuden Chronicles, or Chronicle, Rising adds Switch version, and it launches in spring 2022. This is also by Sal Romano for Gamatsu. Town building action RPG Eiyuden Chronicle Rising will launch for PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC via Steam and Epic Games Store in spring 2022. Publisher 505 Games and developer Rabbit and Bear Studios and Natsume Atari announced. The Switch version is newly announced. Eiyuden Chronicle Rising is a side game to the Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, which is due out in 2023, which is way too long. Way too long. Back to the story. While the Switch version of Eiyuden Chronicle Rising has been confirmed, Rabbit and Bear Studios has only said that it is exploring the possibility of the Switch version of Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. Click on the article for a full breakdown and a couple of trailers. Okay. Full disclosure, I backed that game on Kickstarter, so
Yeah.
any praise for that game should be taken with the usual grain of salt. Next up, we have Konami is set to revive Metal Gear, Castlevania, and Silent Hill. This is as the page is still loading. Give me a sec. This is VGC, and this has been reported by. Come on, load. Yes, this has been not loaded by. This has been reported by Andy Robinson for VGC. Konami is set to ramp up its premium game development with new installments and remakes for its biggest franchises, including Metal Gear and Castlevania. As according to publishing sources who spoke to VGC anonymously because they did not have permission to discuss their projects publicly. Konami's premium games output has slowed down significantly in recent years. The last new Metal Gear game was 2018's critically panned Metal Gear Survive, while the last mainline Castlevania release was 2014's Lord of Shadow 2. In the past decade, the company has arguably grown a bigger reputation for its pachinko gambling games than for its premium PC and console releases. So, yeah. I should add, however, following a restructure to the company's game development divisions earlier this year, Konami is now focused on bringing back its biggest brands to the premium game space, VGC was told. So that's good. Rumor has it Kojima is back on Silent Hills and even consulting on the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, which, given how Konami and Kojima split all those years ago, take that with all the grains of salt you can get, because to me that seems unlikely, but I do not doubt VGC's track record, so I guess we'll see soon enough. Next up, we also have a report from VGC saying that Konami is set to revive Metal Gear, Castlevania, and Silent Hill. The page will not load for me. This is by Liam Doolin for Nintendo Life. Konami is currently hosting a Japanese indie game contest in cooperation with Shueisha Game Creators Camp, asking small team developers to create action and shooting games based on this classic IP. The winner scores 2 million yen, about $18,000 US, and will be given the opportunity to commercialize their game, with Konami investing up to 30 million yen, which is around $270,000 in development funds, and providing full support for the product. This includes supervision, production advice, localization support, promotion, and equipment. Okay, so there you go. Will it lead to anything? Who knows? I hope so. At least it seems like Konami is really serious this time around. Okay. Back to you.
Next up, Dragon Quest X Offline launches February 26, 2022 in Japan for PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC. This is by Sakamoto for Gamatsu. Dragon Quest X Rise of the Five Tribes Offline will launch for PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC via Steam on February 26, 2022 in Japan, Square Enix announced. Users who purchase the PS4 version will be able to upgrade to the PS5 version for free. A large-scale expansion, downloadable content, Dragon Quest X, The Sleeping Hero, and The Guiding Ally Offline, featuring the same size story as that of the main game, will follow in spring 2022 for 4,440 yen. There are a bunch of different editions. The Ultimate Deluxe Edition comes with, physical copy, a download code, a pin, a spoon, a liquid metal slime pin, a relief mug. I don't know what relief mug means, but and some in-game items. And then you get a exclusive bonus for PS4 and PS5. You get early access to the DLC when it comes out. There's just a lot of stuff if you're interested in that. But of course, we don't know. They haven't confirmed or denied if this offline version is ever releasing outside of Japan. They just said there weren't any plans to release the online version anywhere.
I think their resources might be stretched too thin. If you don't get an announcement next year, I'd say probably don't look forward to it happening until way down later in the production cycle of the current console generation. It's unfortunate that we'll probably be missing out on this main entry, but we have Dragon Quest 12 coming up.
No, but it doesn't make sense. Why would you make an online version and an offline version? And Dragon Quest is doing as well as it's ever done, and you won't give us any version of 10 outside of Japan.
I think it's because they want to continue Dragon Quest 10 sales figures in Japan, because that's the market where it's currently live.
But then what's the point of making this offline version?
That's what I'm saying. They want to continue those sales figures by...
No, but if the people who... I feel like there's not going to be... Like, the people who are already playing Dragon Quest X, the online game, are going to just play that instead, I feel like.
Sure, but it could also be in a similar case to Final Fantasy XI, where it's an older infrastructure and something they can't migrate into a new system or in a new software launcher, more or less. That
give me offline Dragon Quest X. So I can complete my collection.
So it could be that transitioning from offline. I mean, you could still import it and finish your collection like that. You just won't be able to play it as comfortably.
I won't be able to read
it. Yeah. So I think moving from an online to an offline game is to continue the legacy of Dragon Quest X. Why are we not getting it in the West? It like I said, they're probably stretched too thin with localization on other projects that they can't really commit to Dragon Quest X just yet. I guess we'll see on the road to Dragon Quest 12 if we'll still get a chance at this, but I'd say it's unlikely at this point. Next up, we have Final Fantasy 7. I almost said 12. Final Fantasy 7, The First Soldier, launches in November. This is by Sal Romano for Gamatsu. No, I think you Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I was asking and you didn't say anything. You kept reading instead of
Oh, it's a
stopping.
slight delay. Uh-huh.
I said about Dragon Quest X offline. I'm not gonna say it's unlikely. I'm gonna hope for a localization announcement just so we get some version, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Final
I'll
Fantasy
have to edit that
VII.
in post.
Final Fantasy VII, The First Soldier, launches in November. This is by Sal Romano Fukamatsu. Final Fantasy VII, The First Soldier will launch for iOS and Android in November, Square Enix announced. Pre-registration will open in October. You can click on the article for full details. From what I can tell, controller support will be added, training mode will be added, tutorial is revamped, collection features added, and a new style ninja is added. But do click on the article to get a full breakdown of those additions.
Right.
All right. Back to you.
Chocobo GP will feature at least 20 playable characters. This is by Andrew Kia for Silicon Era. During Square Enix's Tokyo Game Show 2021 panel featuring Chocobo GP, game director Akihiko Maeda revealed that the upcoming racing game will include at least 20 characters. While Maeda did not specify which characters will be included, he later asked fans what Final Fantasy characters they'd like to see in the game. Additionally, the presentation features in-depth information about Chocobo GP's gameplay mechanics. These include leveling up magics like Fyra to Fyraga, as well as some character-specific abilities. Players can pick up iconic magic spells such as Arrow, Fyra, Doom, and even M-Barrier while racing through courses. Maeda notes that when players use these spells, a special marker will appear above their heads. This gives nearby players a heads up to get out of the way or counter them with a well-timed M-Barrier. A submitted question asked Maeda about the possibility of future DLC maps and characters if Chocobo GP performs well. He stated that it was a good question, but did not answer. However, Maeda did mention that there would be at least 20 playable characters that Square Enix would reveal at a later date. Notably, Maeda did not specify whether all 20 characters would be included on launch. So, we'll see.
Yeah. It definitely does look like a lot of fun, and I can't wait to get my hands on it and see if it differs a lot from the Mario Kart inspirations we're seeing. But yeah, we'll see. Next up, we have Square Enix trademarks Valkyrie Elysium in Japan. Gung-Ho Online Entertainment trademarks Deathverse. This is by Sal Romano for Gamatsu. Square Enix filed English and Japanese trademarks for Valkyrie Elysium in Japan on September 16th. The trademark suggests, but does not confirm, a new entry in the Valkyrie profile series is on the way. The latest release in Valkyrie Anatomia the Origin, which launched for iOS and Android in April 2016 in Japan and April 2019 worldwide. If I'm not mistaken, it got shut down for the worldwide version. Additionally, Ninjala and Puzzle Dragon publisher Gung-Ho Online Entertainment filed trademark for Deathverse. And Dwarfworks trademarked a logo for Memoria, Yume no Tabito to Soishi no Anainin, Memoria Dream Travelers and the Twin Guides, which appears to be a full title for the project Memoria game in development for iOS and Android. This has been your announcement break. Next up, we have Capcom says it will make PC its main platform going forward. It is very interesting. This is by Andy Robinson for VGC. Capcom intends to make PC its main platform in the coming years, it said. That's according to the company's COO, Haruhiro Tsujimoto, who told Japanese publication Nikkei that the Resident Evil and Monster Hunter firm will mainly focus on PC software going forwards. The exec indicated that Capcom hopes to increase PC software sales to the point where the platform makes up half of all sales by the end of the next year. PC is driving global sales, he said. We have recently stated that we will be making PC our main platform. At this year's Tokyo Game Show, we focus on exhibiting the PC version of Monster Hunter Rise, and I think people will be able to experience a change in our approach. Okay. While I appreciate, I should say, click on the article if you want more details. While I appreciate Capcom's support for the PC as a platform, I also think it's kind of misguided, considering we're still in a hardware demand shortage. Or not demand shortage, but there's a high demand for computer hardware, mainly video graphics cards, and we still can't get our hands on any of them. So unless their games are scalable to older tech, I see this as maybe biting them in the behind down the road, unless things pick up back again next year-ish. But we'll see. They have business degrees and they are far smarter than I am, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know what else to say. It's like, okay. Are you still gonna release games on console? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Whatever.
They said they want to make it half and half, which sure we'll see what that means.
If that means, if that means we're closer to getting Monster Hunter with crossplay, so be it. Maybe someday.
Sure. One day.
Next up, The Good Life coming to Game Pass. This is by Sakamoto for Gamatsu. Microsoft has announced new titles coming to Xbox Game Pass for console and PC in early to mid-October, which includes The Good Life. I cut out the other ones because they're not as important to this podcast. So The Good Life will come out on October 15th, available day one with Xbox Game Pass, and we've already talked about it. You can turn into cats and dogs and solve mysteries. Regular old Scooby-Doo of a time. Yeah, but so if you have Game Pass, you can grab that on October 15th.
Yeah.
Pretty soon. Yes, next week. Or like the end of next week. Next up, Sylveon enters Pokemon Unite roster on October 5th, 2021. This is by Josh Tolentino for Silicon Era. Sylveon will fill out the Fairy-type ranks in Pokemon Unite soon. The game's newest playable character will join the roster on October 5th, 2021, according to a tweet from the official Pokemon Unite Twitter account. Sylveon is a Fairy-type evolution of iconic Pokemon Eevee. It is nicknamed the Intertwining Pokemon for its habit of wrapping its feelers around the arm of its trainer as they walk together. This enables it to sense its trainer's emotions. The character debuted in Pokemon X and Pokemon Y on Nintendo 3DS. Eevee evolves into Sylveon when it levels up with a Fairy-type move in its skill set and high levels of affection. An August Pokemon Unite video revealed that Sylveon was on the way to the game. So yeah, good for fans of that. I got bored of it.
Really?
I know our buddy Foggy still plays it every once in a while, but he's also pretty big on League, so that makes sense.
And I'm probably sure he's curb stomping 10-year-olds in Pokemon Unite, which
yeah. Next up, Pokemon Legends Arceus might not be open world by Jason Grisau for Game Informer. Pokemon Legends Arceus is the next original chapter in the series, touting new Pokemon, exciting boss battles, and lots of customization for the player character. Based on the game's trailers, fans have posited that the Hisui region is a sprawling open world filled with wintry forests, vast prairies, shimmering coasts, and more. However, screenshots of Legends Arceus' map has surfaced, potentially revealing that there might not be an open world to traverse in the first place. Pokemon expert Joe Merrick took to Twitter and posted 2 images of Legend Arceus' in-game map. One location, Obsidian Flatlands, is segmented by a green outline that highlights the boundaries of the explorable zone. Once selected, it seems as if we zoom in on the points of interest within that chosen environment. Obsidian Flatlands seems like a relatively large play space. It contains 5 points of interest, but this could be a sign that each area in the game will serve as a semi-expansive hub, like in Dragon Age or Monster Hunter. Travel from place to place might not be as seamless as we initially thought. Merrick was okay with this possibility, noting that the separated locations are akin to the wild area / crown tundra in the recent Sword and Shield entries. And surprisingly, most commenters shared similar sentiments, hoping that this decision would lead to fewer performance issues and more backdrop detail. One person, however, opined that Braviary's fly ability might be rendered useless in these confined settings. We'll have to wait to see what Game Freak is planning.
I mean,
now, I'm surprised I didn't see a bunch of people complaining about this for once.
Oh boy. Well,
I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying I'm pleasantly surprised, I should add.
maybe I wasn't on Twitter long enough, but sure, let's go with that take. Next up, we have Animal Crossing New Horizons Direct set for October 18th. This is once again by Sal Romano for Gematsu. Nintendo will host its recently announced Animal Crossing New Horizons Direct on October 15th at 7 a.m. Pacific Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, the company announced. You will be able to watch it on YouTube. The broadcast will feature 20 minutes of information on a new free update coming to Animal Crossing New Horizons in November. Okay, that's it. Nintendo probably saw everyone complaining on Twitter like, oh, Animal Crossing.
There hasn't been an Animal Crossing update for so long.
And then they dropped that news like, okay, shut up now. Please.
Here's a funny little story from today from Nintendo Life by Kate Gray. Adorable hamster car anime Pui Pui Mole Car comes to Switch in Japan. Yes, we said hamster car. Pui Pui Mole Car is a must-watch if you enjoy stop-motion animation, fluffy things, or just want to find out more about an alternate universe in which cars are hamsters, or vice versa. It's as confusing as it is adorable. A tie-in game, Pui Pui Mole Car Let's Mole Car Party, has been announced for Switch in Japan and Asia with a release date of December 16th. The game, as the title implies, is all about partying. Your mole cars, that's the hamster vehicles, find a flyer advertising a place called Mole Town, which promises carrots galore. That's what hamster vehicles eat. Only to let them down when the mole cars discover that it is, as Bandai Namco puts it, a barren burg. With the power of partying,
That is something.
The mole cars can restore the town to its former glory, which takes the form of 10 minigames that you can play with up to 4 players. There are over 40 mole cars in the game, and you can feed them, pet them, and put little hats on them, just like a real car. There are a few early purchase bonuses for the physical edition, as well as a collector's edition that includes a plushie. Although the game is Asia only, there is an English language option, just like Jungarian Story, which I never got. Oh, they're supposed to be... Apparently, they're actually guinea pigs, not hamsters. Whatever. They're small rodents that people keep as pets.
You're like, you can't convince me otherwise.
I don't know. Sounds great. Sounds like a grand old time.
Yeah.
Next up, Kingdom Hearts 20th Anniversary trailer reveals event and more. Details will follow at a later date. This is by Sal Romano for Gematsu once again. Square Enix has released a new video celebrating the 20th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts, which first launched for PlayStation 2 on March 28, 2002. The trailer highlights the following. Cloud versions of Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 remix. Okay, I guess we don't need that second story. I guess we don't need that one. Sorry, Jason.
Wow.
Remix, Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue and Kingdom Hearts 3 plus Remind are coming to Switch. All kinds of 20th anniversary merch is also on the way, and I'm sure our friend Cameron Hawkins will try his best to collect all of it. An offline version of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, where you can view the entire story in theater mode, is now available for free. Kingdom Hearts Dark Road to be released in one go, all the way through to the ending this winter. Kingdom Hearts 20th Anniversary event announced. Details will follow at a later date. So yeah, some cloud versions, because I guess Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 even weren't able to run on Switch. Well,
no, I think they're able to run, but they probably couldn't seal the deal in time quick enough for the 20th anniversary for it to make sense. Probably. Because
I mean, you can read Lucas White's article for more reasonings on that.
Yeah, that'd be great. But at first I was theorizing, oh, it's probably because of some exclusivity deal they have with Sony, and then I quickly remembered, oh, wait, no, that doesn't make sense. It's on Xbox, so there's no console exclusivity.
Right.
So what else could it mean? And I think it's probably that they couldn't get it done in time.
Time was a factor. Yeah.
Yeah, and the 20th anniversary being next year.
Right.
They're probably gonna be rolling out announcements, and I don't know. It's probably easier this way than to port them and have them come out years down the line, if at all. But yeah, that's it.
Next up, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Sephiroth, Steve, Alex, Mithra, and Pyrrha amiibo confirmed by Alyssa James for Silicon Era. The Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct aired on October 5th, 2021 with news of the latest Super Smash Bros. Amiibo lineup. The upcoming amiibo includes Steve, Minecraft Steve, Minecraft Alex, Sephiroth, Final Fantasy VII, Pyrrha from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Mithra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and Kazuya from Tekken. Though the Steve and Alex amiibo will release sometime in spring 2022, the other four don't yet have release windows. According to series producer Masahiro Sakurai, only the Steve and Alex Super Smash Bros. Ultimate amiibo have received mock-ups that he's personally seen. The other four figures are still in 3D concept form only. The last amiibo announced was Min Min in June 2021, which is set to release sometime in 2022. So get your Sephiroth amiibos, collectors.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are people who don't play Smash who will get Sephiroth amiibos.
Like, I don't even play Smash and I want to get Sora.
Oh, hey, we didn't. Hey, wait. We didn't. You ruined it.
I'm just saying.
You just said. We didn't even get to the topic yet.
I'm just saying.
I was saying that. I was going to say that too, but I was going to wait until we got to the actual topic. Anyways, what we were. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC character Sora from Kingdom Hearts announced. Due out on October 18th. This is Sawamano for Gamatsu. Nintendo announced Sora from the Kingdom Hearts series as the final Super Smash Bros. Ultimate downloadable content character. He will launch on October 18th. Is there anything? The protagonist of Kingdom Hearts series is Sora, a young boy who wields the iconic Keyblade and traverses Disney and Pixar worlds, battling enemies known as the Heartless to overcome darkness and restore peace to the realms. His signature look and airborne moves from Kingdom Hearts games transition perfectly to the battlefields of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, offering an approachable fighter with a unique feel that helps Sora stand out on his own. Inspired by his moves in Kingdom Hearts, Sora excels at fighting in the air when playing him in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. His jumps are high and his movements are light and soft. So he's floaty on purpose? Well, he is easily launched by opponents. Sora's powerful combo-based attacks and using his mighty Keyblade make him a formidable challenger. Using a series of intuitive button presses, Sora can perform all types of different combos with his Keyblade, be it straight-on attacks, aerial moves, or side smashes. He can also use magic just like in Kingdom Hearts. Fans will recognize the Firaga, Thundaga, and Blizzaga spells, which can be unleashed in various ways to cover the battlefield with a volley of impressive hits. Sora can also activate his final smash, called Sealing the Keyhole, to send his worthy opponents flying. The new stage that players will receive in Challenger Pack 11 is Hollow Bastion. Fans of the Kingdom Hearts series will immediately recognize this familiar location, featured heavily in many of the franchise's games. The dynamic stage contains one platform in its center, and as the battle nears its close, players will travel to a special area inspired by Dive to the Heart with visuals featuring some familiar faces from the Kingdom Hearts series, but not the Disney characters. After downloading Challenger Pack 11, players will also receive 9 music tracks from the Kingdom Hearts series. An additional music track, Dearly Beloved Swing version, will be added to this game for those who have played Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. A new spirit board starring characters from Kingdom Hearts like Riku, Kairi, and Roxas will also be added. So most people will seem pretty either happy about this or like, oh, I'm happy for you. Nobody... Although I have friends who barely play Smash and like, oh, another sword fighter. I'm like, you don't even play Smash.
I mean, let us be happy. Let the people who wanted this be happy.
Right. I know. Did you see Cameron's reaction?
Yeah,
He lost it.
It's probably the loudest reaction I've ever heard.
He lost it, and he ended up hurting his knee. The next day, he got a knee brace, he says it was worth it.
That's
commitment.
Reaction. Yeah.
That is commitment.
What are your thoughts?
I'm happy for it. Again, I'm not big on the Smash, but I will get that Sora amiibo. Yeah. I have the Dragon Quest, Dragon Quest Hero amiibo.
Oh, nice.
Because I'm like, this is the easiest way I'm gonna get a figure of a Dragon Quest character that's not breaking the bank.
Probably, like this really stirred up emotions. Like hearing that that simple and clean orchestral version, having all that nostalgic love thrown out. It's so amazing and so wonderful to see, and then seeing how Sakurai and his team put so much love into Sora, his movement and his design, his clothing, his attacks. It's like they nailed every aspect of the character so well.
They put enough care into it.
Yeah. Wonderful to see.
But did you see the the screenshot and it's Sora next to a duck hunt dog and duck?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I mean, yeah, they probably couldn't clear Donald and Goofy.
No, I'm sure they couldn't.
Yeah, Disney's like,
They could do Kingdom Hearts original characters, but not other things.
Yeah. I mean, it's
which is fine.
It's fine.
Look, I'm still waiting for my Disney Princess fighting game, which they'll never do.
Probably never. No, probably never. Unless, they run into public domain and then you can go wild with that concept.
Yeah, they're not going to let that happen.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Just let me... It doesn't even have to be like a princess fighting game. I'm like, a Disney Renaissance fighting game would be very cool. The only thing you can really do is Mugen or fan games that don't get C&D.
I mean, we're probably inching closer to a Smash clone for Disney.
I'd go with that too. I mean, we got that Nicktoons All-Star Brawl this week, which apparently some people hate and some people say is okay.
There are plenty of those kind of mashup games on mobile, especially the RPG kind. So it's only a matter of time.
Have you heard of the one? What is it called? It's a Japan exclusive game.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Smash.
I saw it.
And it's for GameCube. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Dream Mix TV World Fighters.
Oh, yeah.
It has Bomberman, Optimus Prime, a Barbie-looking lady, the kid from Beyblade. I don't know his Japanese name, but his name is Tyson in the dub.
Yeah.
It's quite an interesting cast of characters.
Definitely. I mean, it's such a fun thing to have all these mashups, and Smash just continues to pour so much love in its presentation and the way it feels. And
here we go. It has Bomberman and Master Higgins from Adventure Island, Yugo Ogami from Bloody Roar, Moai from Gradius, Simon Belmont from Castlevania, Saw the Snake from Metal Gear. This is a Hudson game, by the way. So they're actually owned by Konami now. So
yeah.
Twin B from Twin B, Megatron and Optimus Prime, Tyson Granger from Beyblade.
That's definitely an eclectic cast.
Yeah, so it's Hudson, Konami, and Takara. Oh, Takara Tomy. Okay, that makes okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's definitely the highlight of the week, and I can't wait to play him. But yeah, we'll have to wait.
You have Smash? I don't have Smash.
I think I'm gonna buy it soon. I pre-ordered Dread, so I'm gonna do that first.
Do you think they're gonna? I don't think they're gonna do that because they never did that with the Wii U version, did they?
Do what?
Release a version with probably not a physical version. I'm sure they'll do a digital version with all the DLC included.
Like a complete edition?
Yeah.
Unlikely.
But they never did that for the last one, so I don't think so.
It's unlikely. At best, you'll get everything discounted, Like
right, or everything in one DLC pack together. Yeah.
Yeah, unlikely at that because Nintendo's never been good with doing that. At best, as I said, discounts.
I don't know.
But now they have a promotion going on where you get double the gold points if you buy the game digitally or the DLC. So
Alright.
that's the best you're getting for now.
Well, something.
Yeah, it's something. Anyway, yeah, I guess that was the main thing this week.
Yeah, it's not that really that much to. There's not really that much more to discuss about it. It's like, oh, hey, Zora's in Smash. Okay,
it finally
cool.
happened, and now Sakurai can go to sleep. Thank you for all your hard work. Yeah. So that was fun. We'll wait till it comes out and probably have our impressions by then. But yeah, thank you for listening to us this week. I think we're about 1 hour 30 minutes. Yeah. Wow, that went by quickly. But yeah, thank you for listening. We'll see you again next week. Stay safe.
Get vaccinated, please, if you can.
Yeah, if you can. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. Wash your hand. Wash your butt. Wash below your knees.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Go touch some grass. Go read books. Go play video games. Go watch anime.
Brush your teeth.
Yeah, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Yep. Matane.